Northumberland for the funeral pyre. Tonight, as the debate into burning bodies continues, the dead man's ashes were collected and will be flown home soon. Siobhan Casey reports.
Here in a field in Northumberland, a grieving mother is comforted by loved ones as her son's funeral pyre is lit in a scene never witnessed before in Britain. Hindu tradition dictates that bodies must be burnt in the open air. Instead of choosing a Western burial, many Indian families fly the remains of their loved ones back home. If they don't have an outdoor burial, they believe there will be catastrophic consequences for the departed soul. But 31-year-old Rajpal Mihat had drowned in a canal in London. It took so long for him to be found and identified that his body was declared unfit to be flown back to India. So his funeral was arranged by the race relations group, the Anglo Asian Friendship Society. But it was surrounded by confusion and controversy. Since the 1930s, it was thought that burning a body outside of a registered crematoria was an offence. Northumbria Police initially told mourners the funeral could not go ahead. But then, following a conversation with the Friendship Society's legal advisor, they said it could take place after all. Then, after the ceremony had taken place, and following advice from the government's Department for Constitutional Affairs, Northumbria Police said it could in fact have been illegal under the Cremation Act of 1902. It's still not clear if any charges will be brought. Northumbria Police say they're now discussing the matter further with their partners and local authorities. Meanwhile, as the legal wrangling continues, Mr. Mihat's ashes have now been collected and will be flown back to India.
Well, you've heard the arguments about funeral pyres, and we'd like to know what you think in our North East Tonight phone vote.
We're asking, should funeral pyres be legal? Let us know what you think on 09011 12 34 19. That's 09011 12 34 19. And you can press 1 for yes or 2 for no. You can also text your answer by sending TTTV yes or no to 63338. Calls cost 25 pence and texts cost 25 pence plus your standard network rate. And we'll let you know the results on tomorrow's programme.
Court of Appeal has ruled that Hindus here can perform last rites in open-air funeral pyres. This is a personal victory for 71-year-old Davender Ghai from Newcastle, who fought a 4-year-long legal battle so that he could be given a traditional Hindu send-off.
Congratulations on this very big legal victory. And all of India is watching you tonight. Congratulations. And keep up the fighting spirit. Congratulations.
श्री दविंदर कुमार जी कही लंदन चो हाई कोर्ट तो केस जित गए साडा जिहड़ा हैगा हिंदू समाज है बाकी जिहड़ा समाज हैगा जिन्ना भी दाह संस्कार करन दी जिहड़ी विधि करदे ने उन्हां दा मान वधाया हैगा
ਸਾਡੇ ਦਵਿੰਦਰ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਕੇਸ ਕੋਰਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਜਾ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹਾਸਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਲਾਘਾਯੋਗ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਇਹਦੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੂਰੀ ਤਾਰੀਫ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮੰਗ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਦਵਿੰਦਰ ਘਈ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਰਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੁਲਾ ਕੇ ਸਨਮਾਨਿਤ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ
Very, very happy. Now, if I go tomorrow, I will go peacefully. Because I know, see, these are all my team. They will give me a good send-off.
Mr. Ghai's ailing health gives his campaign an added urgency. Says he and his family have spent £45,000 trying to win the right to have a traditional Hindu funeral pyre.
See, I'm a pensioner. I'm a disabled man. I run a charity. They made things very difficult for me. The legal aid I didn't get. I had the solicitors who were fighting for me for free.
So a survey has actually been conducted where, at least 1 million individuals, so Hindus and Sikhs, were actually for, they would rather opt for an open-air cremation. And we know that an open-air cremation is much cheaper.
Well, it's been a really long and hard battle for you.
I think it's a start.
Babaji says, ask any guru, ask any sant, ask any religious leader of Hinduism, and they'll all tell you that the correct way is an open-air cremation. So the spirit, the soul, has peace. If the soul is sent on its journey in the proper traditional ancient manner, there is peace for the soul. If not, the soul is distraught. I want a place which is according to the true traditions of Hinduism and Sikhism. So we have the books, the Shivji's statue, and anything that goes with that religious culture. In Britain, Muslims and Jews are given special spaces for their burial. I've never met a Hindu who would be prepared to marry in a church, so why do we do the departing of the Hindu soul in a chapel? How do we know that the ashes we collect from the crematorium is only of the person that you have cremated? Are they concerned that in the cremulator these ashes don't mix? When we were in Pakistan helping with the earthquake, Babaji with the Law and Human Rights Minister Rana Ijaz Ahmad Khan, and he decreed the Hindu crematorium on Band Road in Lahore would be opened. This was miraculously followed by the opening of the Krishna temple in Pakistan too.
लाहौर के कृष्णा मंदिर रावी रोड में दिवाली की सबसे बड़ी तकरीब हुई, जिसमें हिंदुओं के साथ साथ दूसरे मज़ाहिब के लोगों की बड़ी तादाद भी शरीक थी। दिवाली की इस तकरीब में शिरकत के लिए भारत के अलावा बरतानिया से भी कई अफराद आए हुए थे। दिवाली की इस रंगारंग तकरीब में हिंदू बरादरी के साथ साथ दीगर मज़ाहिब के अफराद ने शिरकत करके दिवाली की खुशियों को मजीद दोबाला कर दिया। जियो न्यूज़, लाहौर।
Greece had no facility for any cremation for any religion. Babaji went to sort out, and Greece started allowing cremations. When Babaji returned to Britain, there was a body lying for 6 months in London, unclaimed and unidentified. Babaji spoke to this family in the Punjab. The family's father had died, but the mother and sister were there. The mother said she had had constant dreams for the last 6 months about her son, asking for help. Initially, the British authorities at the High Commission in Delhi were not allowing this single girl to come to Britain. But Babaji went all the way and they were allowed to come. The mother was very keen that her son had an open-air cremation. Her mother had this deep request and Babaji fulfilled her dreams. After this open-air cremation, her son appearing in her dreams and saying, "Mother, help me, please help me," also went away. The case went to court and finally the judges said it was not illegal to have open-air cremation. Babaji spent all his resources on this wonderful project. First of all, he used every single contact he had. Secondly, he spent £45,000. He got no government grant, and most importantly, at his old age, he suffered a stroke in this gallant effort. Many temples and gurdwaras supported Babaji's move. We got support from the Shankaracharyas in India and several Indian politicians of very high stature. When we got any sort of opposition, it was always from self-appointed Hindu leaders who had neither following nor were very convincing Hindus. While this case was going on, the government was thinking of cremating 2 to 3 bodies at one time to save money. And worse than that, the heat generated by the body burning would be used to heat swimming pools. Because of our case, that seemed to die away. So Babaji has achieved a lot. We went to India and we can tell you that the reason why electric crematoria was started was for people who had unclaimed bodies, who were destitute, too poor to have wood, and proper rites. Also, Jains don't like open air cremation, that they say in wood there could be creatures who could get killed, so they'd rather choose the more clinical method.
ब्रिटेन से वहां पर आप जानते हैं कि हमारे लिए कोई शमशान भूमि नहीं थी और घई साहब ने लड़ाई लड़ी और लड़ाई लड़के वहां शमशान भूमि का
Our charity meets people and provides spiritual, legal and health needs to people free of cost. Our sessions are open to all religious creeds. We also went to the Israeli parliament to help release funds for the Palestinians. We also asked them to bring down the dividing wall, and they said because of suicide bombers they couldn't do that, but they would release funds for the Palestinians. We then went to Nepal to make sure that the Christians and the Muslims were getting a fair deal. We were taken around to be shown the burial grounds for them and the church and the mosque, because we were wanting to do for the Christians and the Jews and the Muslims just the same.